Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amanda Okolo, and if you're just seeing this beautiful face of mine for the first time, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button just below your screen. But if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. So like today I'm really very excited. Like you know that saying that God is in your environment, the Lord is in your vicinity, sort of. I can actually relate, because most of my loved ones and my friends and people I care about, like throughout this week, it has just been from one good news to the other. Like even before I started filming this video, like a friend of mine just called me and he shared a good news with me, and I'm like, that's why I have to just say that God is in my vicinity, God is in my environment, and I'm very sure that to get to my thought very soon. So guys, I'm really very excited, but then I still have to shoot this video. So on today's video, we're going to be talking about life after graduation, what to expect, how to handle most of the events that might come up, how to handle most especially postgraduate anxiety, postgraduate depression that might just get into the picture. So if this is something you like to watch, just sit back, relax and enjoy. So guys, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the fact that when you just come out of school, you don't know exactly what to do. So now let's paint a picture, let's create the picture in our head. You know, when you're in school, your level of success is determined by how well you pass an exam, what grade you come out with. So like there's a target, yeah, and then there's a getting to that success, you already know what to do. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to create, but you know that if you want to pass your exams, you read your books and you pass, and then the grade you get, it depends on the amount of effort you put into reading, the amount of effort you put into studying. So if you are aiming for an A, B, C or D, you already know what to do. Like it's super easy. When it's time to study, you study and you are sure that you see that A, we're going to get it. But so we're used to that kind of lifestyle, we're used to that kind of pattern, the pattern of, for us to succeed we have to read. So now coming out of graduating and coming out of school is a total different thing, because everybody wants to be successful. You don't, like, what the fuck are we supposed to be doing? Like, what are we supposed to be doing now that you're a graduate? What are you supposed to be doing? That's like the question on everybody's mind. There's no theory, there's no manual around this adulting of it thing. Like, what are we supposed to be looking for a job? Are we supposed to be starting a business? Are we supposed to be learning a trade? Like, what exactly is a whole lot. And I feel like there should be a course like adulting 101, because this thing is overlooked, but it's very important. You know, they've always told us go to school, read your books, study hard, come out with good grades, your future will be bright. Guy, that future they've been talking about, that future is already here, looking at you, staring at you in the face and asking you, my dear, what's it gonna be? Asking you, guy, what is it going to be? So like, it's really just overwhelming. Like, it's really just, at some points you begin to feel like you're not doing enough. You begin to feel like your mates are doing better than you. You begin to feel like your mates are working here, working there. Your mates have their life figured out, and you're just in the middle of nowhere, trying to trying to see what life has for you. So like, you don't know exactly what to do. You don't know what's next. You don't know what's next for you. You don't know, like, you're just literally on your own trying to figure out your life, and it's a whole lot. At this very moment, you need people, you need friends and family that you can actually talk to, that will be able to help you, because I don't think there's anybody that can go through this on their own without receiving any form of advice from anybody. So now let me make it more personal about myself. Like 2 months ago, I was down. I was down because I started a business, but then it was proving difficult at that time, because I was trying to, like, there were so many challenges, especially with the fact that I didn't have where to get the pounds I needed to, because I shipping my goods from the UK. I didn't have where to get the pounds, and the people I saw that were ready to sell pounds to me were just calling very outrageous prices, outrageous rates, and I'm like it really got to me, because I just started this business like barely few months ago, and it was looking as if that was the end for me, and I didn't want that, because this was something I really wanted. So that was when the whole pressure and anxiety that comes with graduation hits hard on me. And I must say, at that very moment, I needed someone to talk to. Like, I really needed, so I could not even talk to family members, because I didn't want to let them down. That's the honest truth, because like I didn't want to disappoint them, because at that point that's what I felt. At that point I couldn't talk to them because I didn't want to disappoint them, but that shouldn't have been the case. But moving on with my story, I had to reach out to my friend. I know he's going to watch this video, Magic. His name is Magic, and I just poured out my entire heart, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore, especially because of the fact that it was looking as if everybody were just looking up to you in the sense that, okay, they know that you started a business, and everybody, it just felt like everybody was just looking up to you, like looking at you to see, okay, what is the next thing? Are you doing well? Is the business moving forward? Like, is the business not moving forward? That kind of thing. So it felt as if everybody's eyes were just on me, trying to see how well I was doing. So I didn't want to disappoint anybody. I didn't want to. So that's why I reached out to him, and I just poured out my entire mind, and I'm like, see, this thing is difficult. Like, and he told me a lot. He gave me a lot of advice that till today is still in my head. Still think about it, and I'm like, yes, this is true. He said so many things. I don't even think he was the one talking that day. I think maybe God just used him to speak to me, because I was literally down. And I must say, after he spoke to me, like, the story changed for me. I was able to pick up myself. That's why I said that when you are going through something like this, you need people. You need to talk to somebody. There's no how. You can't even do it on your own. You can't scale through that thing on your own. You have to talk to somebody about it. Someone that is a bit older, or even if it's your friend, it mustn't necessarily be older. It can be your friend, it can be your family member, but you just need to talk to somebody at that moment, someone that will be able to reassure you and give you hope, because it's hard, it's difficult. So this now leads me to one very important point to note. At this point of your life, you're trying to figure out what life has in stock for you. You're trying to figure out what to do with yourself. So at this point, you need to start having meaningful conversations. You need to start having friends that add value to your life. I don't think this is the period where you should be having friends that don't have any impact in your life. If you do, you might just lose it. Just imagine I didn't have any friend that I could talk to about this thing. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how I would have been able to move past that moment of my life. So at this point, at this period of our lives, we need to have people in our corner. We need to have, even, I'm not saying have so much friends, but have people in your corner that you know that they have head. Let me just use it like that. Like, they can think well, and they can give you meaningful advice, and you can learn one or two from them. You can have meaningful conversations. The honest truth is that these days I have a lot of conversation. Prior to that period of anxiety, that moment of anxiety, I wasn't someone that was very open. I wasn't someone that was able to talk about my problems, talk about what I'm facing in my business with people. But after that, I just told myself that, like, these days, people ask my friends, ask people around me, they know I'm not shy to talk about anything I'm going through. Like, I just pour it out. I don't care who it is. I don't care who whatever anybody has to say. I don't care how they will decide to judge me, but it just comes out. I just let them know. I just say it, and I must say that it's helping me, because you can't be going through something and you just be on your own, bottle it up and not talk about it. So these days I talk about every and anything that is worrying me. That's why I'm telling you that you need to have good people in your space, so that when you're talking about this thing, they will not just be listening for the sake of judging or for the sake of responding. They'll be there to actually give you, like, come together and give you advice, tell you what to do, and you'll be able to pick one or two from them, because this life, you can't do it on your own. Another thing I'm going to be talking about is personal branding. You have to be very intentional about yourself. You have to be very intentional about improving yourself, because just like I said, you need to have meaningful people in your space. The same way you are trying to have meaningful people in your space is the same way those people are trying to have meaningful people in their space. So if you don't have value for yourself, if you're not a good person, if you don't have a very good personality, they might not even be open to have you in their space, and therefore you not having them in your space. So like, I feel like we should strive to improve, in the sense that improve your personality, because I am my own brand, like Amanda is her own brand, and this other person is their own brand. So however you decide, whatever you portray is your brand identity. So be very intentional about branding yourself. Be very intentional about what you do with yourself, how you live your life. Be very intentional about gathering knowledge. Be very intentional about improving every area of your life. You should be eager to learn, improve your brand, improve your identity, improve your personality. There's nobody that cannot be better. There's always a room for improvement. So like, improve yourself. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is the issue of job. I didn't realize this on time, but I'm happy that now I'm aware and I know about this. Like, just like our faces are different, our hobbies are also different, our crafts is also different. So what is that thing that you find pleasure doing? What is that hobby of yours that gives you so much joy? Yeah, what do you love doing without stress? Whatever it is, like, why don't you build on it and try to monetize it? Say for example, me, for a very long time I've always loved to take pictures. I've always loved to dress up, and I've always loved to combine clothes and style. So, but I knew I loved it. I was always practicing on myself, but I never really thought about the fact that I could try to monetize it. It was of recent that I started thinking towards that direction, after I watched a couple of videos here on YouTube about personal branding, and I'm like, okay, I really love this thing, so why don't I try to improve on it and try to get monetized and try to monetize that hobby. So like, if yes, you went to school, you read a certain course and you intend to practice what you read, that's fine. But on the side, if you have a hobby, something you love doing, no matter what it is, cooking, singing, dancing, taking pictures like me, styling clothes like me, like, even if you're a social media person, you just like to be on social media, you can actually monetize that thing. You can start a blog, you can become a content creator. Like, try to monetize your hobby. That's my major point. Try to monetize. In as much as you went to school, yes, you studied medicine, pharmacy, whatever it is, even if you're practicing what you studied in school, like, there's a certain kind of joy that comes from monetizing your hobby. Like I said, for a very long time, I love to take pictures, I love to dress up, I love to style clothes, and it never dawned on me that I should try and build a profile in this area and monetize it, because it's not even going to be very difficult building a profile in an area that you love doing. It's not going to be difficult building a profile with your hobby, because I'm not finding it difficult. I know, like, so many people watch my videos and they see me changing clothes and they're like, is this not stressful? To them it looks stressful, but on a very good day, when I am not so tired, when I get up and I decide to style clothes, it gives me so much joy. So like, try to build a profile in a specific area that you love doing. Try to build a profile with something that you really, really love doing, and then eventually, when it has gotten to a certain level, you begin to monetize it. That's my point. That is something that we can try to do. So the most important part of this video now is, the most important thing I have to say on this video now is your mindset. I know that coming out of school and then the reality of adulthood hits you, and you begin to, like, it messes with your head, it messes with your mental health, and you begin to feel some kind of way, especially when people around you, your friends, your family, your siblings, your elder ones, they are doing very well for themselves, and you feel like I'm relating it to myself now. Your family, your siblings, your elder ones are doing very well for themselves, and you feel like you cannot disappoint anybody, you cannot do any less, you have to do well just like them. It's okay to feel that way, but I want to let you know that you shouldn't be hard on yourself. I don't have my life figured out. I don't want to sound like a motivational speaker right now, because I'm still trying to figure out my life, figure out what I'm doing with myself. But I just want you to know that you have to take it easy on yourself. You're just 20 something, 23, 24, 22, 20, whatever the age. Your life is just beginning. You shouldn't be too hard on yourself. Like, don't even ever try to get jealous of other people's success. Rather, wish them well. Like, be happy for them, be happy with them, because eventually your own time will come. As far as you're putting in effort, just the same way we put in effort to read our books, and at the end of the day we get an A, we get a B. It's the same way we should just put in effort. Try to nurture the things you love. If you want to practice what you read in school, fine and good. Apply for jobs, pray to God, because you can't really exactly do anything without the help of God. If you want to monetize your hobby, like I said, put in effort, put in the work, and eventually to pay off. If you want to combine both, like I intend doing, you can do that, but just take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself, and eventually things will fall into place. It is too early for you to feel as if you're a failure. It is too early for you to feel as if people are doing better than you and you're just wandering around the world. It is too early. Take it easy with yourself. Try to work on your mindset. Always have a positive mindset. Like, don't be a negative person. You haven't even thought about doing it, you haven't started even trying it, and you feel like you won't make it, you feel like it won't work. Don't think like that. Always have a positive mindset. As far as I'm concerned, if you're a good person, if you live a good life, have a good relationship with your God, have a good relationship with yourself as well, you're going to succeed. Just keep putting in the effort, and one day all this will be history.